So we're here with head coach of Lakeridge, Elvis Akpla, and we're going to ask you a few questions about the program. By the way, thanks for having me and talking to our program. We really appreciate your time. Coach, how closely does the 8th grade football program reflect the high school's program?
From our perspective, our 8th grade team is the class of our youth football program, and they're essentially the varsity football program version of our high school, but in middle school. Schematically, on offense and defense, we want them to run the same basic concepts that we run. Obviously, they can't run everything that we run just because they're much younger and haven't been experienced in football long enough, but they do understand, and when they watch varsity games, they know exactly what the varsity is running. And
what are some of the key things that you want to see the youth program do to develop the players for high school?
I think the number one thing, and I mentioned it before, was retention. Every football player that enters their respective teams as a youth player needs to have an experience that makes them wanting to play football that following year. So one of the biggest things that we've told all of our coaches is that we don't really care how many games you win. We don't care what scheme you run. Obviously, we want you to run our stuff, but most importantly, our players need to have the most fun possible, and they need to understand what football is about. When it comes to the camaraderie, the teamwork, the discipline, the value of hard work, and the belief that hard work is going to lead to success. And again, making sure that those kids really want to play the following year, because if they do, then maybe a couple more of their friends will want to come out with them, and now you've built kind of a good core group within each group, and then now you have a gigantic following as a football program inside that youth football program.
So beyond the X's and O's, you're teaching a lot more than just that. So those types of things that you're trying to instill in the players, what would you say that you want them to come out of high school with that's going to prepare them when they're not playing in the pros or college or something like that?
I think football is just it's the most unique sport in the world, because I think it has the most relevance for somebody's life after they stop playing. Football teaches you discipline, work ethic, accountability. It's a very open sport in which anybody can play from all shapes and sizes. We have a girl football player on our JV team, for example, right now. It's just an all-encompassing sport. It galvanizes people. It brings people together. I want to make sure that all of our kids, whether it's youth football program or high school, come away from football being better people and being responsible people that have some sensitivity and respect for their fellow men, and understand that what they do affects quite a bit of people.
Right. So you played in major college, D1. You played some in the pros, and you see some adversity throughout your career.
Mm-hmm.
You stepped into a program here at the high school, and it had some challenges when you got here, but it's really seen a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm. What are some of the things that you brought to the program that have helped enhance and build up and really bring that enthusiasm and electricity back to the Lakeridge football program?
It's a good question. I think my approach has been to really look at the history of the Lakeridge football program as a whole, to look at what's been successful and what has not been successful, look at kind of the current state of football in the state of Oregon as well.
Great. You're in a room full of a bunch of parents, and they're trying to make decisions on what's going to be best for their kids to play in sports or whatever they're going to do. And you're going to talk to them and tell them why it's a good idea for their kids to sign up for football and play football. What would you say to them?
The biggest thing I try to convey to them is that football is one of those sports that connects our generations when it comes to our upbringing. Nowadays, with technology and social media, our kids grow up in this pool of instant gratification and expectations that they get what they want, and they're entitled to certain things. And I think football is a great equalizer that a school setting or even a social setting can't really present, which is everybody's on a playing field and you earn exactly what you get. Nothing's given to you. Some people are given more talent than others, but even those people still have to do the right amount of work to get what they want, and pay dividends throughout somebody's life.
Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and good luck with your program, and good luck with your game this evening. So
Thank
thanks
you.
a
I
lot.
appreciate it.
Thanks.